All right, so now I need to move my character, start him sinking into the water. Start with the head. You always lead character animation with head movements because they're the focal point of a character. And instead of puppet warping, though I could, but I don't want to lose resolution, and puppet warp does start to soften resolution if you use it a ton. Not that it matters too much in a GIF. I'm just using simple rotates. And now I'm going to going to start fading out these foreground glaciers some more. Yep, that's subtle enough. And then I go to the background. And I start shifting it down more and more. Well, I start fading the background one back more. This will look a little cheesy, but it will make sense. All right. Hold down Option, go to the top visible layer, hold down Option, Layer, Merge Visible. Select all, copy, paste. Go back, deselect, delete. Now I don't want this at all, I'm just going to turn it off. And I want the sun to get even brighter. And I want the background pretty much go away entirely. Yep, so that melting effect's working, and now I just got to animate the character. Keep moving him back a little. I'll move his torso a little separate from the rest of his body. So that there's some movement there. And I can even vary the mist in the, oh no, probably shouldn't mess with that. All right. Hold down Option, Layer, Merge Visible, Command A, Command C, Command V. This lesson brought to you by Command A, Command C, Command V. Yes, indeed. Deselect, delete, reset. So if all you learn in this is that animation is tedious and repetitive, that's not nothing. You've learned a valuable lesson about animation, but it has its rewards as well. So because this part of the glacier is going away now, I'm going to do one last puppet warp on it. So you see, that's kind of a fun final shift of those. And then I just play with the sun in the background. I go to 100%, and then if I need to, I can always make a duplicate of it and start to do the color overlays. So now I'll start playing with this color overlay. Instead of going to white, maybe I'm going to make it slightly warmer. And I can play with the opacity of the color overlay. So I'll start really lightly. So you can see the shift in the sun and the ice there. And now I need to work with the ice itself, get rid of this. Duplicate this and maybe puppet warp it. And by not anchoring at the bottom, it doesn't really do what I need it to do. So I need to go to the bottom and anchor it a few places so I can tug down on it. And then take its opacity down. All right, and now I'm going to move my character more dramatically. Let's just do the whole character now. Shifting down and rotating. Oh, I got to move this out of the character layer. I got to move both of these out of the character there. And then move my character layer above it. All right. So now I can just rotate the whole character down a little bit. Poor guy. Starts to shift down. I'll move his head because he's a figurative character. And I might start to bring this above. But at a very low opacity. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like, I move the sun layer up in front so that you can kind of feel the depth or the reflections even stronger in him. The red markings from the glacier are going to start, let's see, where are those from? Yeah, it's just the repetition because I'm shifting down the glaciers and then playing with their opacity. So to get rid of those, I could erase a little bit. Eraser is always a great tool so that they don't distract. All right, so now I'm ready for this frame. Hold down Option, Merge Visible, Command A, Command C, Command V. And that's a pretty big jump, but I think that works. And now the sun's retreating back a little bit. And just as long as I keep with that, it will help with this reset. I'm going to shift the character down more now as he sinks fully. Poor guy. His head. And then the ice itself. And last puppet warp of this glacier, and then I'm just going to fade it out. And I'll soften this edge at the back. It doesn't look too copy-pasted. Layer merge visible, Command A, Command C, Command V. All right, go back, deselect. Now I've got to get him to sink completely and get the sun to be really bright. And move the sun kind of off the frame a little. And get rid of this completely. Actually, I kind of like that just as water, so I'm going to move it. Make a duplicate of it and move it down to be kind of the water that he sinks into. There's all kinds of ways to use compositing. Move my character down. Move his head. He doesn't want to go underwater, but that's tough. Yep. Soften the edge of this water a little bit. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's see. Yeah, the sun I can probably play with a little bit. Make it even brighter and just playing with that opacity. A little stronger. Okay. All right. And now with the sun, I'm actually going to move all of them just off frame. Just a little bit. Just so you don't see the sliver of white anymore. And then I'm going to intensify the color overlay effect a little bit more. As it starts to wash out everything.